Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Yoga with Christy. I'm Christy. I'm delighted to see you here. Today, we have a hip flow. We are going to tackle those stubborn hips. We're going to need 2 blocks for our practice today, and we're going to begin with some breath work. So I'd like you to find yourself in a comfortable seated position. Take a couple moments just to feel grounded, feeling your spine growing tall, allowing your shoulders to be soft, and then closing down your eyes. You can have your hands resting on your thighs. You can have your hands at the center of your chest. We're going to begin by taking a deep breath in through the nose. Just pausing at the peak of that inhale for a moment. And I'd like you to slowly exhale for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Just pause here, empty. Feel that slight tone in your belly. Now begin your inhale, drawing in from the earth for 4, 3, 2. Beautiful. Pause here, feeling your whole body expansive, buoyed by the breath. Then begin your slow exhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Again, you're going to pause at the base of this exhale and then slowly begin to fill, noticing the air through your nostrils, letting your whole body expand with that fresh inhale and pausing when you get to the peak, feeling the oxygen swirl through your upper brain centers. And then really slowly through the nostrils, you'll let that breath out for a count of 4. When you get to the base, you pause, feel the belly button drawing back towards your spine, then begin again, slow breath in. Pause, and slow breath out. Pause. Last time here, big inhale. Feel that fullness. Slowly begin to let that breath out and feel the emptiness. Beautiful work. Take a natural breath in here and remove your blocks. Place them off to the sides of your mat, and we'll begin in downward facing dog. So hands shoulder width apart. Lift your hips, send the tops of your legs up and back. Let your ears be in line with your biceps. And then glide forward, high plank. Slowly lower down to your belly. Really nice. We're going to take a cobra here. Untuck the toes. Hands by low ribs. Roll the shoulders up. Good. Strengthen through the glutes. On your exhale, press up through table. And come into a seated position. Placing your left shin parallel with the mat. So you're going to bring it out in front of you. Inhaling to get long, lifting out of the pelvis. Exhaling, just gently folding over the legs. So we're getting into that left side glute. Feeling the stretch through the outside of that hip. You can walk your hands as far forward as you want. Without forcing or pushing, we're just getting going. Beautiful. If it feels right to walk your hands a little bit farther forward, you do that. We're going to be taking these poses a little bit slower. So when you're ready, slowly start to roll up. Inhale to reach up, maybe look up to your hands. And then hands come back behind you. Release your feet, plant your feet on the floor. Reverse table. I want you to lift your pelvis up towards the sky. Really squeeze through the glutes. Press the inner line of your feet down. Exhale, come on down to your bum. Setting up on the right side, this time the right shin parallel to the front of your mat. Inhaling to reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Feeling the stretch in that outer right hip. And then you decide how far forward you'd like to walk your fingertips towards the front of your mat. Just getting going. There's no need to rush, to force, to push. Just allowing yourself to slow down a little bit here. Get into those juicy hips where we love to store stuck emotions, old past traumas. You're going to sit yourself up, inhaling, reaching up, Uncrossing the feet. Again, reverse table. Plant the feet. Press them to the floor. Lift the pelvis. And then slowly tip forward into a tabletop. We'll move through some cat-cows here. So on the inhale, you'll move into cow pose. And on the exhale, take cat. Downward facing dog. Good. Finish this last exhale here. Look forward. Bending into your knees. Take a giant step up to the top of your mat. When you get there, take a half lift. Lengthen your spine. Exhale to release it. Let yourself fold forward. Beautiful. Just do that again. Half lift, long flat spine. Exhale, surrender over those legs. Be gentle with yourself. This time, bring both blocks to the top of your mat, placing them shoulder distance apart on the highest height. Inhale to reach all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Good. Bring your hands onto your hips. Bring your left knee into your chest for stork pose and cross that left ankle over the right knee. You're going to sit back into your figure 4 pose here. Palms can be at heart center, or maybe you reach down for those blocks. Again, getting into that left hip. Keep hugging the right hip in towards the center line, the center of your body. And then play with the placement of your left hip. Notice where you feel sensation. Does it feel good to move it back in space, maybe up a little bit? Notice those teeny tiny micro movements, how they can have such a profound effect on the stretch. Good. Can you be gentle, present, noticing everything that's happening in your body without judging, without trying to fix or change, just noticing. Last breath in. As you breathe out, send that left leg back behind you. So it's sort of in a T position with your body. Keep letting the left hip come down towards the floor as you lift that leg strongly from the left inner thigh. How long can you get your spine? Beautiful. Keep pressing the ground away from you. Draw the belly in. Slowly step that left foot all the way back to the back of your mat. Bring your left knee down. Sweeping the arms up overhead, Anjali Asana. Palms can touch or maybe thumbs hook. Beautiful. Hums, thumbs. Drop the pelvis forward and down as you exhale. And then inhale, reaching up with the arms. Maybe gaze goes up. Feeling that in the front of your left hip flexor. As you breathe out, bring your hands back down to the floor. Curl your back toes. Lift that back knee up off the mat and step it all the way forward to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift, nice long spine. Belly is strong. Exhale, fold. Nice. Rise to stand. Extended mountain. Inhale, reach. Look up. Hands come through heart center. Hands to hips. This time, right knee comes into stork. Let it hover. And then cross that ankle over the left knee as you sit down and back. Fingers come to the blocks for support. If you don't have any blocks, you could use water bottles or maybe some books around the house. What I want you to feel is that left hip is being sent back and down, and then you're just being a little curious about what it is that's happening on the right side of your body. Notice where you can create a little bit more space, a little bit more opening, maybe a little bit of softness where there's strong sensation. You're doing so well. Make sure you're not holding extra tension in the face. Send that right leg all the way back. Beautiful work. Take a minute to find that long torso as you extend the right leg back. All 5 toes should face down, and the inner thigh should really be turned on here. Start to bend into the left knee so that the right toe comes down, and then the right knee. Sweep the arms up as you inhale, Anjali Asana. Exhale, let the pelvis slide forward and down. Then inhale, lift long out of the waist. Look up, reach up with the hands. Be soft in the shoulders. And then bring your hands down. Good. Curl the back toes. Lift that back knee off the mat. And you're going to step it to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a breath in. And a slow breath out. On your next inhale, glide your body forward to a high plank. Come all the way onto your belly. Good. Take cobra pose, roll the shoulders back, press down, hands are by low ribs. And then bent knees, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Good, we're gonna do that again. Take an inhale here and a slow exhale. Last time in, full out. Then inhale forward to your high plank. Lower down, this time knees or not, chaturanga. Press the floor away, thighs are lifted, up dog. Downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Feel your body. Feel the energy you're creating by moving and breathing in accordance with your body. And then make your way to the top of your mat. You're either going to step or float. Half lift when you get there. Catch that inhale breath. And fold, release over your legs. Press down through both feet to rise all the way up to stand. Inhale, look up, reach up. And then bring your hands together through your heart center and release them down by your sides. Beautiful work. We're going to sit into chair pose here. Weight goes into your heels. Tuck that tailbone down and back. Exhale, release, Uttanasana. Half lift, long spine. Exhale, hands to the mat, jump or step it back to low plank, or you can drop your knees. Take up dog or cobra. And then lift the hips from the core, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in here. And on your exhale, please bring your left foot forward between your hands, root down, warrior one, inhale to rise. Bring your hands down to the mat. Use your exhale to flow through a vinyasa, high to low plank. Your inhale will lift you up into upward facing. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog, beautiful. On an empty, step that right foot forward, rise up, root down to lift. Hands to the mat, root down, resist the floor as you lower down. Knees are a great option here. Up dog is your breath in. Lift those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Really nice. Let your eyes be soft and settled right between your heels. Let the breath flow freely through you. Pulling it in through the soles of the feet and extending out through the palms of the hands. Good. Come forward to the top of your mat. Hop, walk, or step. When you get there, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Good. Chair pose. You're going to bend your knees deeply, reach biceps by ears. On your exhale, please take a twist, bringing the outside of your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Beautiful. So we're working to drop the hips as we spin the heart up and open. Really peel back that left shoulder. Excellent work. Finish this exhale, then inhale through center. And let's take it right to the second side. Hands come through heart center, then you twist over to the right. With every inhale, feel your spine getting long. Every exhale, feel that rinse, that rotation. Beautiful. From the crown to the sits bones, you feel that whole twist. Inhale back through center. Exhale, fold it forward, release your head. Take a half lift here, feel the side body long. Plant the hands and step it back, high plank to low push-up. You can drop to your knees or just hold your high plank. Maybe you're taking upward facing. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Good. Please step your left foot forward, rise up, warrior one. Hands to the mat. Step it back, high to low. Press the floor away from you, upward facing dog. Shine that heart forward. Downward facing dog on empty. Step forward with the right side, root down, pivot that back left foot flat, rise, warrior one. Hands frame the right foot and you flow. Listen to your body. You take rest when you need it. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Soften your jaw, soften your eyes. Notice the subtle shifts that take place as you move your body Move your energy. Allow the hips to open. Really nice. Look forward. And please come down to your hands and knees and bring your blocks about shoulder distance apart at the top of your mat. So you want them to be close enough that there's space on the outside of the mat for you to place your foot down. And you want to make sure that these blocks aren't sliding. So go ahead and give them a little push. If they're sliding, it's not going to work. So you're going to need to maybe just bypass this part of the practice and use your hands on the mat. And then when you're ready, the heels of your hands will go towards the bottom edge of the block. I like to kind of spider my fingers off the side of the block. And then curl your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. When you're ready, lift that left leg high to the sky, bend the knee and stack your hips, opening up. So bending that left knee, bringing the heel close to the glute, really opening up here, really firm through that left glute to open up the front of that hip. Take a big inhale here. See if you can lift that knee just a tiny bit higher. And as you exhale, bring that knee forward to your nose. Really press into the floor. Curl, curl, curl. Good. Cross that left ankle over your right knee. And then press back into this figure 4 shaped downward facing dog. Keep guiding that left knee open and back as you press your hands forward and down. Keep trying to move that left knee away from you. Let's take one more inhale here. And then you're going to bring that left knee in towards your nose. Tiger curl. Good. Inhale, extend that leg up and back, 3-legged down dog. And now bring that left foot to the outside of your block. Bring your right knee down to the mat. Good. Untuck your toes. Create a nice long line through your spine, pressing forward and down. Drawing the belly in and up, creating containment and alignment through your core. You're doing so well. When you're ready, maybe curl that back toe and see if you can lengthen your stance a tiny bit if that's needed. And then what you'll do is start to straighten out that left knee, sending your hips back towards the back of your mat for Ardha Hanuman. You're on a bit of a diagonal here, which will target the outer line of that left hip. And fold only so much as you need or as you can. I have super stubborn hamstrings and a bit of a yoga butt situation happening. So you listen to your body. No need to force or push. The real work is just noticing what comes up for you when you're holding an uncomfortable pose, when you're holding a pose longer than you thought you wanted to. Allow your breath to stay steady. Please inhale forward, rebending into the left knee, and then you're going to kind of scoot your right foot over towards the left side of your mat. Plant that right foot flat on the mat so you've got heel to heel alignment with your heels. Have a look and make sure they're in alignment, and when you're ready, warrior 2. Spin open and sit low, allowing that left thigh to be parallel to the mat. Gaze goes over the left shoulders. Let there be a slight lift in the corners of the eyes and in the corners of the mouth. There's a connection to the vagus nerve in those areas. Reaching the right fingertips back in space as the left fingers reach forward. Gaze is soft over that front left hand. Making sure that the left knee isn't collapsing inward towards the center of the mat. You want it facing straight ahead. You'll inhale, reverse your warrior. Feel your left side ribs fanning open. As you exhale, come into extended side angle. So the block is really nice here on the inside of your left foot. Please send your right hand up and over your left ear. Keep the shoulder blades reaching towards one another around the spine. Keep the heart reaching up as you open up your upper body. You're pressing firmly into both feet, feeling the connection to the earth. Inhale back through warrior two. Good. Straighten out that front left leg. Reach forward with the left fingertips and down for Trikonasana. Again, a block is really nice here underneath your left fingers. Turning your gaze up to your left hand if that's possible. See if you can get your left side body just as long as your right side body. Beautiful. Take one last long inhale. Stay for the exhale. Bring your gaze back down to the floor. Looking down, you'll bring that right hand down between the center of both blocks. Good. That right heel will pop up towards the sky. And you're slowly going to make your way into a side plank, bringing that left foot all the way back to stack it on top of the right. So take your time. If you need to heel toe it, you do it. Beautiful work. Wherever you are, legs are strong. Pressing in and away from the floor with that right hand. And if you can, pick up that left foot and step it behind the right knee for a wild thing, reaching left fingertips forward towards the front of the room, or maybe you catch the back of your head for a little extra support. Take a full inhale here, opening through the pelvis, and a full exhale. Do that one more time. Big inhale. And this time as you exhale, start to bring your bum down to the mat so you're sitting down on your bum, facing the back of your mat. Good. Really nice work. Take your left ankle and cross it over your right knee. Your hands are supporting you from behind, and bring that right foot so that it's flat on the mat. Your legs are kind of your lever here, so you can intensify this stretch by moving that front right foot farther away from you or a little bit closer. See if you can grow your spine nice and tall. Shoulders soft and down your back. Breathe into your body. Really nice. Stay for another breath. And just let that go. You're going to let both legs fall over towards the right. And we're moving into like a shoelace pose here. So that left knee is going to be crisscrossed right over your right leg. If you need to sit on a block to give yourself a little extra support, you can absolutely do that. And then you'll just slowly start to fold over your legs. Hands can be on your feet. They can reach forward. Go ahead and close your eyes here. Feeling the intensity of that stretch. Beautiful work. Slowly make your way back up into a seated position. Turning towards the top of your mat, you'll just gently unravel and make your way to a downward facing dog. Placing hands back onto the blocks, please. And when you're ready, that right leg will lift up and back, lengthening out, bending the knee, stacking your hips here. Really using the strength of that right glute to open the front of that hip. Nice work. You're going to lift that knee as high as you can get it. As you breathe out, bring the knee, tiger curl forward, hold it here. Lift the knee as high as you can get it. Then cross the ankle over your right knee, your right quad. And then press back into this figure four shape, downward facing dog, guiding the right knee towards the back. Really nice. Finish this last exhale. And then you'll bring that knee in towards your nose, really hug it in. Inhale, lifting the leg. Place that foot to the outside of your right block there. Good. And let the left knee come down. Lengthen through the spine. Taking a minute to feel that left hip flexor. If you need to scooch the leg back a little bit, notice where you need a little bit more space, where you've got space to move into. And when you're ready, start to straighten out that right leg in this Ardha Hanuman or half split on the diagonal. So the right toes can go out towards the right side of the mat. Try not to force or push here. If you're feeling tightness or intensity, it's totally normal. Just breathing into sensation. Breathing new space into your body. Last big breath out here. As you breathe in, come forward. Nice. Scooch that left heel over towards the right side of your mat. Good. That foot lays flat, facing the left side of your mat. You've got heel to heel alignment, and lift yourself up into your warrior two. Good. Take a moment, take a beat to find your pose. Let that thigh become parallel to the floor. The right knee is over the right ankle. The left leg is charged, strong, and engaged. And although there's lots of intensity, there's lots of energy in this pose, your eyes are soft, your shoulders are soft. There's strong connection through your center line and core. Beautiful. Inhale to flip, reverse your warrior, fan open the right ribs, breathe in. As you breathe out, come into your extended side angle. Bring your fingertips either all the way down to the block or the floor. Your forearm can come onto your thigh. That left hand will come up and over your left ear. Your gaze goes up towards the sky. So your left shoulder is moving back in space. You've got a strong foundation through your legs. They're powerful, supportive, your foundation, so that you can create an expression through your upper body. You are doing so well. Feel the four corners of both feet. Root through the feet. Press up. Straighten your right leg. And then come into Trikonasana with your fingertips either on the floor or a block. Turning your gaze up towards that left hand. I am so proud of you. Keep drawing the right belly back in space. Letting shoulders come away from your ears. Take a long inhale. And a slow exhale breath. Gaze goes down. Your left hand goes between the blocks. And you're going to kind of shimmy into that side plank. See if you can do it as gracefully as possible. Maybe a little bit more graceful than I. And then right away, see if you can lift that right leg into space. Engage through the core. Bend the right knee. Step it behind the left knee. Press the left foot in the floor. Press the right toes into the floor. Don't slump into your left shoulder. I want you to really lift up and away from the floor. Protect that shoulder. Maybe use the hand behind the head for support. Then you'll come to sit. Well done. Good. This time, right knee crosses over left thigh. Bring the left foot to the floor. And then using the hands behind you as your kind of leverage or your gauge, lift the heart towards the legs. Guide the right knee forward and down. Maybe close your eyes here. I am so proud of you. We are getting into every side of those hips. Releasing the front, the back, the sides, and inner hips. Go ahead and let both knees fall over towards the left. That right knee crosses over the top in for shoelace pose. And then fold forward. Softening and releasing down over your stacked legs. Try not to hold extra tension. The hardest part of this work is just noticing when you've become disconnected or you find yourself on autopilot. Can you bring yourself back into this space, back into this room, back into your body? Go ahead and press yourself up, and we're going to make our way into a wide-legged straddle. Using your hands behind you to sort of roll forward and onto your hips. Long spine. If you'd like to reach both hands forward for a wide-legged forward fold, you can bring your hands forward onto the floor, onto the mat. Maybe your forearms come down. And just notice your thoughts in this moment when we're not moving so quickly. Sometimes that's when I find my busy brain gets going. And it's what we do. We're human, so there's no judgment there. But where are your thoughts taking you? Is it serving you in this moment? When you're finished your last breath, please roll yourself back up to a seated position. Placing your blocks again at the top of your mat on their lowest height. And we'll move into our downward facing dog with palms on the blocks. Inhale forward to a high plank pose. Resist the floor as you lower down halfway. And I will take upward facing dog with our hands on the blocks, just allowing the hips to move forward and down. Take a moment here to linger. Let your shoulders be broad and proud. Keep sending the crown of your head long. Then drop your knees. Child's pose. Let your head come down to the mat. Let your hips reach back for your heels. Feeling the extra stretch through the armpits, through the shoulders and the upper back with your hands on the blocks like this. If you find that you're quite open here with your hands on the blocks, you can press your hands actively down and create a little bit more strength through the shoulders and the arms. Just take a long inhale. And a slow exhale. Good. And on your next inhale breath, please press yourself up into a table position. Cross your ankles, tip back. We're going to move into a seated forward fold. Both legs are straight. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. If you find that you need a little bit more length, you can place a block underneath the soles of your feet. You can use a towel or a strap, maybe a sock or a sweater, if the feet seem a little far away. Wherever you're at, it's perfect. You're exactly where you need to be. Just breathe into those stubborn hamstrings. And with every exhale, allow yourself to soften just a tiny bit more. On your next inhale, please bring yourself back up into a seated position. And you're going to roll onto your back, bringing knees into chest, giving yourself a nice big squeeze. And then make your way to happy baby, reaching through the inside of the knees for the outside of the feet. Trying to keep the sacrum, the shoulders, the back of the head on the mat as you draw the knees down towards the earth on either side of you. Let the eyes be soft or closed. Slowly release this, bringing your feet as wide as your mat. Cactus out your arms. Let both knees fall to the right. Maybe cross that right ankle over the left knee for a little deepening of the hip stretch, of the supine stretch. Gaze goes over towards the left. And you'll make your way through center and just switch sides. This time taking the left ankle on top of the right knee. Gaze goes right. Really acknowledge yourself. If you've made it this far, I am so proud of you. Acknowledge yourself for slowing down, for finding stillness, for opening yourself up, for staying in the work. We use the poses because they're tangible. We get to feel, we get to see noticeable differences. Slowly start to make your way into Shavasana. But the real work is so intangible. We know it's happening, but we can't see it. We feel ourselves getting stronger. We notice our inner strength coming through in places and times we didn't anticipate it. And that comes from this place of softness, this place of connection to ourselves, the present moment, to the universe. Really slowly start to bring some gentle awareness back into your body. Maybe wiggle fingers and toes. When you're ready, reaching arms overhead for a great good morning stretch. Then rolling to one side, letting your head rest on your arm like a pillow. Feeling your body soft. Pressing up to a seated position, bringing your palms together at the center of your chest. Let's take a deep breath in together. And a big sigh out. Together we bow and say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining.